Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Deficit. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I'm the big boss lady of Finding Your Wealth Spot, which you could check me out online at www.findingyourwealthspot.com, and I'm also partnered with USANA Health Sciences. So today I'm really excited to talk about children and their health. I'm very passionate about children's health. I'm a mom of two young kids. I have an 8-year-old, not an 8-year-old, almost 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And of course, their health is my number one priority. Now, we're getting close to the end of the school year, and I know from volunteering in the school several times and watching other kids, and including my own children, kids have a real difficult time sometimes focusing in school. So what is that really about? In my opinion, it's always been about what do we feed our kids. I really feel like lifestyle choices, dietary choices play a huge part in how kids focus and perform in school, and not just in school, but also in sports and in general in your overall life. So Dr. David Perlmutter, you might have heard of him. He's an empowering neurologist, and I absolutely love him because he just is one of those guys who thinks outside the box a little bit more and kind of wants to get to the root cause. He doesn't always want to just treat. He wants to try and find the root cause and then work from there. So he's really great at maintaining or improving brain function, since of course he is a neurologist. As well, he likes to prevent or treat diseases of the nervous system. So that's really his specialty. So when he came out with this video about discussing about how kids who suffer with ADHD, there's a new study that correlates how much fiber a child actually takes may improve some of those symptoms like ADHD or diseases like ADHD. So in my opinion, if you do have a child who has a bit of a problem focusing or has maybe ADHD or ADD, this may be something of interest to you. So ADHD, so if you don't know what that is, it's Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, and over 6.5 million children have been diagnosed with ADHD in the States. And 2/3 of those kids are on medication for ADHD. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad. We just don't know the long-term implications of these drugs. And again, our children's brains are growing, so we don't really know what these drugs may be doing to their growing brain. So if there's something else that you could be doing, maybe if you're trying what I'm going to be discussing right now with you, it may be able to get your kid off medication. You might be able to reduce it. Who knows? It's something just for your information. So there's new research from the Journal of Nutrition that shows the correlation intake of dietary fiber with a child's ability to remain focused on a task. It was a really interesting study. I'm going to attach the link in this video so you can watch the study and learn more about it in depth. But basically, fiber is super important to everybody's diet, including adults, but children usually don't get enough fiber because of our Western diet. We're eating so many processed foods. So it's really important that our children are getting enough fiber. Fiber is really good for scrubbing down our digestive system, so getting rid of that bacteria, the parasites, the things that we don't need in our body, and then we can excrete them. As well, it adds bulk to our poop. Most people are not having proper bowel movements, or they're not pooping at all. They're constipated, which, if you want to make sure you're having healthy bowel movements, you should be pooping 1 to 3 times a day. If you are not, then you are constipated, which can lead to problems in the future. So really important that we're going to the bathroom on a regular basis. As well, fiber helps feed our good bacteria in our gut. So remember that we have good and bad bacteria in our gut. It has to be balanced. If the ratio is off, then we can have things that can lead to different diseases or problems with our health. So it's really important that we have a good balance between the good and the bad bacteria, and fiber helps to maintain that balance. As well, there's new research that shows that fiber can actually help grow new brain cells. It's a really cool study. So again, if you watch the link that I'm going to attach to this, it will tell you more about that as well. So if you want to help your child with any of their learning disabilities, as well, like ADHD that we're talking about specifically, getting enough fiber in their diet is key. Of course, the best fiber is always to get it from our foods that we should be eating. As well, for my kids now, just because I want them to get extra fiber, they're really good at eating their fruits and vegetables. Make sure they're drinking lots of water, because again, if you're not drinking enough water, you're going to become constipated if you're not flushing some of that out. So you want to make sure that you are drinking enough water when you're taking fiber. But for me, I'm actually starting to give my kids Fiber G from USANA. Now, this isn't just any kind of fiber. Like if you're buying fiber from the grocery store, the drugstore, the health food store, you have to make sure it's a good quality fiber, because again, it's super important that you know what you're putting into your body. USANA, their stuff is pharmaceutical grade, so you know what's on the label is going to be in the package that they are selling. So this fiber contains insoluble and soluble fiber, which is really important. I give my kids each a quarter of the amount. So I give them like literally half a teaspoon of Fiber G. I mix it in either juice, which is not my favorite, but make sure it's real juice if you are, because it's the only way I can get it into them, or I do a chocolate almond milk for them and they drink it. Is it their favorite? Not usually. But you know what? I've explained to them the health benefits of taking it, so they understand it and they just drink it. Like that's the end of it. There's no discussion anymore about it. They just take it because they know it's healthy for them. So for my kids, I give them Fiber G. Since adding that to their supplement regime, I've really seen a difference in them that way. Even the way they focus and in other areas which are too personal to discuss here, huge, great improvements. I also give them, because they're younger, Usanimals, which is a 1-a-day chewable. I give it to them morning and night. So I give it to them twice a day. They take that. I also give them vitamin D, because we've talked about the importance of vitamin D. So I give them one in the morning and one in the evening. I also give them Biomega Junior, which is our fish oil. It's really clean and pure. It's not poisonous. It doesn't have any of the heavy metals, PCBs, and residues that can cause more harm to you than good. It's a really clean fish oil. It goes through a double molecular distillation process, which means it gets rid of all the toxins that are in the fish oil. So clean fish oil that they can take. As well, I also give my kids probiotics. So even if you have kids who are constipated or are on antibiotics, you want to make sure that their gut bacteria ratio is back on track. Probiotics is also going to help with that. So if you have any more questions about fiber, or if you want to get your kids started on a high quality supplement regime and you want to know what to put them on, you could always contact me. But really, I encourage you, if you do have a child who is suffering with, or struggling in school with lack of focus, lack of concentration, maybe has a learning disability of some sort, changing what they eat or even adding some of this regime in can really make an improvement in the way their brain functions. Because remember, fiber is going to help with their brain function. The fish oil will help with brain function. Having good nutrition is going to help with brain function, and then overall will lead to better focus and concentration. So I hope you take the time to watch that video from Dr. David Perlmutter so you can get a better understanding on how Fiber G can help with those who suffer with ADHD. Have a great week, everybody, and we will talk to you again next week.